Hey, welcome back to the Breaking Bad Insider Podcast. My name is Kelly Dixon. I'm here with my executive producer, Vince Gilligan.
Hello.
The writer of this episode, Peter Gould.
Hey.
Our wonderful actress, Betsy Brandt, who plays Marie. Say hi so we can know your voice.
Hi.
Actor R.J. Mitte, who's here visiting us too.
Hello.
And finally, actor Dean Norris, who plays Hank.
Hello.
We're here to talk about episode number 302, which is called Caballo Sin Nombre. I'm not much of a Spanish speaker, so I hope I did that a little bit of justice.
I'm not much of a Spanish speaker either, but it means horse with no name.
This episode could have easily been called Southern Cross, right?
That's absolutely true. You know, the original
This episode
idea
was called Southern Cross, wasn't it?
Well, you know, it was. We wanted to think of a song that Walter White, who's recently 50, would be singing to himself as he's driving through the desert, and he's kind of trying to escape. He hears this song on the radio, and he kind of tries to escape into it. And the first idea Vince had was Southern Cross, which I hadn't even heard before. And then we had a little trouble getting it, so we started listening to other songs. There were dozens and dozens of songs. And Tom, our music supervisor, was very, very patient with us.
Tomas.
We were really.
You want something that's kind of cool, but kind of like middle-aged white guy cool. That's not really. It wouldn't be gangster rap, and it wouldn't be.
Creeped me out.
You should have called me. I'll give you my playlist.
At the beginning of the show, Walt's driving along, and the cop stops him. And so, can you explain a little bit about your pepper spray freak out?
Who was it? Somebody told us a story that it happened. It was one of our crew people.
One of our crew people got pepper sprayed?
Nah, they just came just shy of being pepper sprayed, but
Yeah.
it escalated off of nothing.
Yes.
There's no outlet.
Yes. It's about the stupid. It's really the stupidest thing you could possibly do.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not
Is
wise.
to get out of the car when the cop says. And by the way, the actor who plays the officer is just great, and he's actually a fire chief in Texas.
I was going to say that last year we talked a little bit about the reality of Jesse's house, the location, and I was going to see if you, because we've got Jesse basically going back to that house, and,
that's a good question.
Jesse's parents are fixing it up now, but there is a reality to that actual situation.
Last season, season 2, and again, all of this cart pulling the horse here, season 2, the house that Jesse lives in our show, we find out from our producers that the lady who owns the house is selling the house. We can't ever shoot there again. So suddenly it's like, how the hell do we get him out of here? Oh wait, his parents find the meth lab in the basement.
That's right. We had to finish shooting at the house the first day of production on season 2.
We had one more day in the house, and that was it. And then we were out. And the house didn't even have a damn roof on it, so we had to shoot the camera angles very carefully because they were re-roofing it.
Wow.
And then digitally we had to put in a roof or something. So then this year, all this to say, the house has been redone stem to stern. If you look at the house and if you look closely in some of the footage, you see the house it's got a whole other, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 square foot addition to it. It looks, the whole footprint of the place is different.
I'm always curious, and I guess I've asked this question a couple times, but I'm always curious. Do you guys know?
No.
You know,
Well,
we come in here, you just read it, and you're like, oh,
season,
Jesus.
Right? That was actually an issue this season. At some point, they generally don't tell us. And at some point, we started getting outlines, which we didn't get before. And I was always fine with that myself.
Not knowing. Okay.
I actually
Because
didn't even read them at first because I thought, what am I going to do?
I didn't know.
What am I going to do? Call Vince and say, not enough dancing for Marie. I want Marie to have more dancing.
It was definitely a great heads up to see what you had to do in the next episode.
Good. The outline started off in season 1 being about a page long. Because
the outlines were really great to read. They were funny. They were
the ones
really
you guys
great
were
to
talking
read.
about, the ones we do now,
12
often 12, 14 pages.
Yeah, they're about 12, 13 pages.
And the reason is, it dawned on me early on, there is a process where showrunners have to, and the writers have to come up with the ideas and then for the episodes and then pitch them to the studio and the network on every show.
On every episode? Or
Every episode,
Wow.
yeah.
It's typical.
It's
You guys
typical.
work hard.
But thinking that we perhaps later in the season would be late with a script from time to time because you're always running at a million miles an hour trying to get everything done, I knew at least the crew would have a very detailed 14-page outline. And then once everyone in the crew had them, it dawned on us pretty quickly that, gee, if everyone has them with the actors, why should the actors feel left out? So that's the genesis of that. We've had moments. We had a moment, I can't remember which episode it was. They all blur together, but where the powers that be like the outline version better than the finished script version, just in one scene.
Thanks, everybody, and let's go break bad.